Good afternoon. I'm Christine with Senior Care Solutions. I'm one of the geriatric care managers and family consultants. And I'm here today as part of our video series that we started back when the pandemic put us on lockdown a few months ago. Part of our mission at Senior Care Solutions is to provide education, resources, and information for our families. And so we started this video series to continue that mission, and especially during this pandemic when people need more information to get them through. So today I'm really excited to welcome Tiffany, and she is with the Hummingbird Project. I wanted to say Tiffany Paige, but I think it's Tiffany Paige Rameriz now, is correct. We've known Tiffany, she's been in the community for many years. She has been leading as part of the development of the Hummingbird Project here in the Sacramento region, and is excited to provide clients with enriching experiences. And I want her to share a little bit more about the Hummingbird Project and who she is, and then we'll ask a few questions that came up.
Thank you, Christine. It's lovely to be here, and I'm grateful to be a part of just sharing possibilities for hope and engagement during this time and always. The Hummingbird Project is a quality of life program. We specialize in helping people stay connected to meaning and purpose and value as it pertains to them. So we provide personalized curriculums, typically one-on-one sessions. Before the pandemic, we were doing everything in person. Now we're doing everything through mail activity kits and virtual activity sessions by Zoom and FaceTime. But regardless of how we're connecting to people, the most important part that we feel is that we're able to connect to their heart and their mind and give them a sense of and experiences that are going to give them a reason to get out of bed in the morning. And again, that purpose, that joy, that meaning. And we know that's different for everybody, so that's why we say we make it very, very personalized. It's not a one size fits all, but just as each of us are individuals, we really strive to see that individuality in each one of our clients.
That's awesome. Great. Well, that kind of feeds right into one of my first questions, which please explain to us the importance of activity, especially for those living with dementia, not just now, but during the pandemic.
Yeah. Well, as I mentioned, as part of our mission is to really help people stay connected to meaning, purpose, and value. Those things help people on an emotional level, on a physical level, on a intellectual and cognitive level. And the more those areas of someone's life can stay activated, the longer they're going to be able to be engaged in taking care of themselves and remain independent. I know I had an experience where I was ill for quite a while and I couldn't do the things that I loved. And I had a firsthand experience of how important it is to be able to do the things that we love. So by finding out if somebody has a creative spirit, or they want to connect with their spirituality, or they want to stay physically fit, all of those things nurture a sense of self-esteem and health, and staying positive. That sense of gratitude helps with heart health and mental health. There's all these ways that staying connected to valuable pieces of who we are creates that holistic wellness that really makes life more enjoyable and more purposeful.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. We were just sharing before we started recording how, part of what I love is being in Lake Tahoe and being close to water and the mountains. And I just made time to do that this week. And it's just amazing how that little bit can really fill you up a lot. So thanks.
Yeah. Can I add one more thing that just popped into my mind?
Absolutely.
Particularly for people living with Alzheimer's and dementia, to help them remember what they love, to help them stay connected to what's valuable to them, where it might be easy to just get lost in trying to make their way through the day. With an activity session on those things that are valuable and precious to them, it helps them land and kind of remember that who they are and what makes them tick. And that helps alleviate a lot of the side effects that come along with Alzheimer's and dementia.
Right. So what are some signs that might trigger a caregiver to know that the person that they're caring for needs a little bit more stimulation? What are some things that are, we see in those clients?
I think apathy and a sense of loneliness, even though people may be around, depression, um, anxiety, boredom, all of those things can help give a hint like, mom didn't used to be so apathetic and now she doesn't seem to want to do anything. What can we do about that? Or, dad just wants to watch TV all the time and he used to do more. That may be a safe way for dad to just kind of check out. Um, but really inside there's probably he's wanting to do more, but TV can be very safe.
Right.
So how can we engage him in something a little bit more meaningful? It might just be turning the channel onto something that's a little bit more intellectually stimulating and having a conversation about that.
Right.
But yeah, recognizing boredom, apathy, anxiety, depression, agitation, those sort of things can be really good signs.
Right.
Yeah.
Can you talk to us about some simple ideas of some activities and things to stimulate someone who is home with a caregiver?
Mm-hmm. We have a great list of activities that we put together specifically for these COVID times, and I'm happy to share that. However, we can get that out to people. But for those who are connected to technology, there's a lot available on technology. Live cams are a way to stay engaged in lifelong learning and just fascination, from NASA to sea lions to bald eagles. There's all sorts of live cams to help you stay connected to nature. There's also a number of resources for travel videos. Take an armchair travel experience, go to a new land, learn about a new sense of culture. There's also lots of music concerts available, and more musicians are doing in-home concerts and studio concerts just to share their gift of music with people. You can do a search on any particular musician or type of music that you like, and you're bound to find a number of things. For those who don't prefer technology, we've encouraged people to share gratitude lists with one another, whether that's a phone call to a loved one, or if a husband and wife or families at home, leave a piece of paper on the kitchen table, and every time somebody walks by, add something they're grateful for. That's a great heart nurturer. You can use that same idea with writing stories, adding just a few sentences to a story as you walk by. That can also be done on the phone. Pick a topic, go back and forth, and let's write a story about, the funny little brown squirrel we saw sitting on the fence this morning. Just start with anything, and that will stir up imagination, creativity, social connection, interaction, and again, music. Playing music. I encourage people to sing out loud to music. I encourage spontaneous dance parties in the living room. All of those things can be done at home, and they stir the heart. Do things that make you smile. Try a new recipe. Go online, look for a recipe. If you're not technology savvy, call a friend, ask them what their favorite recipe is. Not only will you get that social interaction with a friend in that phone call, but then you'll get this new experience that could be a whole sensory stimulating experience. Those are a few that come to the top of my head.
Oh, those are great. And actually, I know music not that music isn't always part of my life because my husband's a musician, but I've just been, using my Echo and telling Alexa to play all kinds of random music that I normally wouldn't listen to, and the joy it brings is pretty amazing. So thank you for some of those great ideas.
Yeah.
So before we wrap up, what are some other things we can do to support the creative, spiritual, emotional, and physical well-being? And why are all those things so important? And I think you've touched on a lot of that, but any kind of things to wrap it all together for us?
Sure. Yeah. I think creative quality of life is so much about artistic expression, but it's also about personal expression. And when you think about, even doodling or trying your hand at painting, you're literally making a mark in the world. And I think there's something really profound about that, no matter what it looks like. You know, if it looks like a funny little blob, let it be a funny little abstract blob. A lot of impressionists look like funny abstract blobs.
I can do blobs, but that's about
Yes,
it.
yes, blobs are fabulous. I love blobs. And I think we get to explore something new. There's parts of the brain that get activated through art and song and provide that outlet for expression. And even if somebody's never been an artist before, there's many ways to observe art and just trying something new. Like I said, making that mark in the world. Coloring in a mandala. I love some of the adult coloring books because it's an exploration of color, you know, playing with color and what observing color alone can do for people. There are virtual tours available in the Louvre and the Buckingham Palace. What inspiration and creativity and imagination can do just by the observer stirs things cognitively, emotionally, intellectually that is really, really valuable. I think the spiritual quality of life is crucial right now for people. And whatever that is to bring that deeper sense of meaning and purpose for people, whether it's being connected to a place of worship or specific rituals or prayer, meditation, being in nature, like we were talking about, how that stirs the spirit. Whatever that looks like, I think is so important. There's a number of daily devotionals online. There's books that are available. Meditation, gardening, the gratitude list I mentioned. You can find prayers and sermons online, and different teachings about hope and love, and keeping a positive focus during these times and always, but especially now. You know, when there's so much information out there, it can be really hard to know what to believe, but nature never fails, so we can believe in that. You know, or if you have a passion for animals, then that's always your happy place. Those things don't fail.
That's great.
Yeah. I think physical quality of life is really, really valuable. And sometimes people forget that includes all forms of sensory stimulation. So anything we see, smell, touch, taste, a bath, a bubble bath, a decadent bubble bath can be a physical experience, and feeling the water, relaxing the body. But physical activities also provide not only physical, but also mental health. So people can stay more actively involved in participating in other areas of their life that actually connect to the emotional, intellectual, and spiritual. So they all sort of intertwine. Yeah.
Thank you. Those are some great ideas. Yeah, and I know that the morning devotionals are really something that keeps me going. And we there's a group of 8 of us that have been friends, and we kind of are spiritual sisters. And it seems every morning one of us sends a scripture to the whole group, and or something that really centers us first thing in the morning. So that's something we've done to kind of encourage each other. So
that's beautiful. That community, that social community, and it's like the emotional support that you get out of those acts of kindness and sending uplifting notes, staying connected to people and friends, people that are those who are going to uplift us and remind us that all is well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. I mean, just the little bit of information you shared has given me some ideas. I think we'll be having a dance party at our house tonight. My husband doesn't know that yet. But I'm sure that all of our viewers really have taken away lots of good information to do themselves or with the person they're caring for. We'll be putting up some links to how to reach Tiffany and the Hummingbird Project at the end of the video. And then some of the documents that Tiffany has shared with us that have some of these ideas as well, we'll share. So thank you so much, Tiffany, and stay well. And
you too.
and enjoy your upcoming birthday adventure.
Thank you. I will. Take me to the woods.
Yeah.